Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Silly Girl Carmen. We are back for episode 62 of Wonderful. And today I'm happy to be interviewing Bexxie. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming on here. I always love to let people know where our artists are originally from and then where you're currently based.
Yeah, so I'm originally from New Jersey, but I've been living in Raleigh, North Carolina now for like the past 10 years. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Nice. So we're gonna jump right into it. So you are DJ and a producer and a musician, so it's really cool. That's obviously a great thing to have in the tool bag for a
Right.
successful career. When did you first start producing, and then maybe what artists and musicians inspired your sound or journey into even becoming a producer?
Right, yeah. So I started DJing and producing like the late 90s, early 2000s. So a lot of I think what is inspiring me like in my productions nowadays, I like grew up listening to like early 90s like dance music and rave music and just coming from going out to raves in the late 90s. So really, I think a lot of that sound is what influences my productions and tracks that I select for my sets and stuff nowadays. As far as like artists and stuff goes, I mean, like currently I think Solardo is a big one for me. Like I love because I think anybody that's like making again like the early 90s sound, and I think they do a lot of that stuff, and I love their percussion. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many producers to name. It's hard to like pick
Right.
any particular, but I'm loving what Kyle Walker is doing. He's been releasing stuff on like Deeper Dance and things like that, and doing like some piano house and some tech house and things like that. So yeah, but there's just a number of artists, and I can go on and on and list a whole bunch,
Yeah.
but just a couple off the top of my head right now that I've been really digging.
Well, very cool. That's awesome. And to have been like a part of that wave, early 90s, early or not late 90s, early 2000s, I feel like in my perception of that, it was like a very fun, high energy sound. Like it just that was a good time, I think, for dance music was it was like feel good, and then it had that
Yeah.
crossover pop sound. Is
Yeah, and
that
I
what you
think
feel?
also just it was also just kind of a wild west at the time too, like as far as like events and like music and exploring different sounds and things go.
Mhm.
So, yeah, a lot of people were doing a bunch of different interesting, unique things, and yeah, it was just a really interesting cool time to be.
Very cool. Yeah, to have that influence. That's great. Well, congrats on Real Good. I was listening to that record. I was
Yeah.
really enjoying that. I love hearing, because yeah, like as you were kind of saying, there's so many different, like you can find a new producer DJ every day.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like, yeah, even me exploring some of your music, I'm like, oh, I love this. This is dope. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
What are you, if you are currently, what are you cooking up, or is there new music in the works?
Yeah,
What's up?
yeah. Actually, so today, actually, I just had a release come out today on In Rotation.
Okay.
They did their one of their Rotate compilations. So that came out. It's like a really like ravey like tech house again, early 90s influence, like stabs and vocals and things like that. So that just came out today. But yeah, I'm always working on music. I got a bunch of stuff in the works. I don't really want to say just yet, but definitely got some tracks coming out like in the fall, and yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Well, kind of going on that, that's great to hear that you are staying consistent. Do you feel like that's important, or maybe it just comes to you naturally where you're always creating, or do you feel like that's important as an artist and a DJ to keep like new stuff coming through?
Yeah, I mean, I think just in the way things are these days, like you said, you're always discovering new music, new producers, like there's always new music coming out. So I think it is important to be consistent. I mean, you don't have to be like releasing something like every week or anything like that, but at least having somewhat of a consistent release schedule, I think is helpful, like, for your fans and for new people to discover you. It definitely helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I am just like creating a lot too and doing a lot of collaboration, so always working on some stuff. So,
Very cool. So wait, what's the name of the record that just came out?
oh, it's called Find My Way.
On my way. Okay, cool. Well, I'll make sure I'm gonna listen to it, and then when this comes out, everybody will get to check it out. So cool.
Oh, thanks.
So our next question, I wanted to get an idea of maybe what trip, gig, or experience has been a highlight of your music career thus far, and maybe why.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking about that one. So I just played the Gorge for the Above and Beyond Group Therapy Weekender in July,
Whoa.
and that's probably been one of like the best like shows I've played. Like just the experience overall, like the people were amazing, like the crowd was just awesome, like the energy, like everybody was just super positive, like the venue itself is just amazing. I've never been there before, so it was my first time going to the gorge, and I had people telling me like, "Oh, just wait, like the pictures don't do it justice," and they were absolutely right. So it's just a beautiful setting, and the event was just like I said, just positive vibes all weekend, and the organization was amazing. It just had a great time, and I love the Anjuna family. Like it's awesome. I just love being able to like go play and meet them and stuff like that. So yeah.
Very cool. That sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm not super familiar. Where did this take place? Where is this
So
at?
it's at the Gorge Amphitheater, and
Okay.
it's like 3 hours east of Seattle.
Okay.
So
Cool.
like they do a lot of festivals there, but this was for like the Anjuna, like Above and Beyond. They did a group therapy event there.
Nice. Okay, very cool. Well, that's fun, and it is always cool because I feel like every new like for you to have spoke on a gig that was recent. Yeah, it's like that's what's fun I think about
Yeah.
DJing is like you get to go to new places, see new people, could always just get
Yeah.
better, new experiences. So that's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I mean, and I always have great experiences. That was like a recent one that really like stuck out. So
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're gonna wrap it up with one last fun question. I just like to have some fun sometimes.
yeah.
So we're gonna do a quick little blast of would you rather this or that. So yeah, hopefully they're not too hard. They're pretty simple.
Okay.
Okay, so it's gonna be 4 different questions. So the first one, we're talking about ice cream,
Okay, I love ice cream.
mint chip or cookie dough. One of those. It would be.
No, definitely
Yep.
could.
Okay. Okay, a ladybug or a dragonfly.
Ladybug.
Okay. Now, this one's which superpower, if you can only have one of these, would it
Okay.
be the ability to fly, freeze time, or invisibility?
I think fly. I don't know. Every time I have a dream and I realize I'm dreaming, I instantly start flying.
Right?
It's something I want to do subconsciously.
Exactly. Nice, nice. And our last one, preference time of day, 12 noon or 12 midnight? What's
Uh, Probably noon. I'm actually surprisingly more of a daytime morning person than I am a nighttime.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for participating in that, and thank you for answering our questions.
Thanks again for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited for people to hear your mix, and we get to watch you as you continue to release music and expand in your career. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Good one.
Got me real good.